Coach Johnny from Digital Cash Flow Experts, and today we have Chris Root. From he's an expert of wholesaling, and today he's gonna share with you exactly how to get into real estate without risk or credit. Is that true?
That's true.
So tell us a little bit about where you're from and what wholesaling is.
So I'm from Lafayette, Louisiana, and what wholesaling is, Gianni, it is the art or technology of finding heavily discounted off-market properties for motivated sellers, and then getting that house under contract and then selling your rights to the contract to an end buyer or cash buyer.
Nice. And what exactly, let's say that I want to get into wholesaling, what are the skills that I need to have to do wholesaling?
Good question. So to be a professional wholesaler, there is a certain skill set that's required. I mean, you can't be a shy person. You can't be someone that doesn't like to talk to people. You really need to have an outgoing personality. You need to be a likable person. People skills, just have people skills. The guys and girls that dominate this business and wholesaling are the ones that have the best personalities. They have all the people skills needed, because nobody's going to save their house for pennies on the dollar if they don't like you.
Okay, good. That's great to have. And how long does it really take to start making money?
Typically, that varies from student to student, because really it depends on their hustle level. If they're a go-getter, I've seen students do it in 25 days, but typically the average is going to be 60 to 90 days is the average. It could take longer, it could be 120 days, but I would say 60 to 90 days.
So let's say that I'm someone who has no credit, because I tried many things and my credit is like burned.
Right.
Can I still do this business?
Absolutely. So it's not like the buy and hold method where you buy property and you have to leverage out of the bank and you have to have good credit. It's not like that at all. What you're doing is you don't need credit because you're getting a house under contract, right? And you're selling your rights to a contract. You don't need credit to get a house under contract.
You don't need that?
No.
Wow. And how do you find these motivated, sellers, people who really want to give that contract to you, for example?
So great question. So what we're doing is we're marketing out to distressed people. We're looking for people that have problems, right? Problems equals motivation equals deals. And we're solving those people's problems. Some people need to sell their house like yesterday. They can't wait for 3 to 6 months to put their house on MLS with a realtor. They may be going into foreclosure. They may have lost their job. There's a number of different things. And what I teach is I'm going to help you find those people with problems and market to them to attract them to you, to where we can help solve their problems.
So, for example, when I went to foreclosure, I lost my job and my wife left me, and I was devastated. I could have find someone like you to help me with this.
Absolutely. I can't. That's a great point, because I can't tell you how many people have cried at the closing table because I saved them from foreclosure.
Wow.
Once their house is about to go into a foreclosure, and I come in there and get their house under contract and assign it and sell it off, and if it went into foreclosure, that's on their credit for 10 years.
Wow.
And they won't be able to buy a house for 10 years. So yeah, it's a great. You're helping people. You're really helping people.
And nobody helped me.
Yeah.
I remember. And you talked about finding investors that
right.
Wanna buy those contracts. How do I find them?
The investors are a dime a dozen. They are everywhere. Everybody wants to be a real estate investor. There's tons of people that have cash who want to invest in real estate. Interest rates are at all-time low right now. Investors are not making any money on their money at the banks. So what's a great hedge against that? Real estate. So finding cash buyers is not the problem. That is the easiest thing in this business to find. So they're everywhere. And I teach that on how to find them.
Okay, awesome. And the other question that I have is, how do I know I will be a good wholesaler?
So if you're to be a good wholesaler, it goes back to what we talked about earlier. You got to have the right mindset, for one. You got to have the people skills. You got to be relatable. You got to be somebody that really can build rapport and who really enjoys talking to people and wants to be people's friend and help people, because this is you're helping people. That's all you're doing. You're helping solve their problems. So if you can do those things, you can build relationships, you genuinely like people and you care about people, and you want to be their friend, you're going to do well at this. As long as you can communicate well, you're going to do really, really well.
So the people that lie, they said that you can do it from your computer, that's a complete lie.
There are people doing it, but it's the thing, a lot of these people are talking about this virtual wholesaling stuff. There are no people that are doing it, but it is very, very tough. This is a relationship business.
So they have to trust you.
Yes, so how are you, it's so tough. How is somebody, if you're doing virtual wholesaling, how is somebody from 3 states down going to sell you their house for pennies on the dollar when they don't even see you in person?
Exactly.
This is relationship business. They want to know who you are. They want to trust you.
Exactly. And how much money do I need for marketing, or how do I even market this?
So typically I would say, to get started, it would range from anywhere from $500 to $1,000 a month. However, you don't necessarily need that much. There are some techniques I show you that you're basically going to have to put in sweat equity.
Okay.
You're going to have to use some effort to get deals instead of paying money to market. So it depends, so really, realistically, you could start off with $250 to $500, but you're going to be working a little bit harder because you're going to have to trade some of your time and effort to get deals versus if you had a lot of cash and you just market. So I'd say $500 to $1,000 is a safe number.
And can you give me a little example case study of how much money you made on one deal, how you found, what ad did you put, how do you find the person, and how long did it take, and how much was the actual profit?
Absolutely. So I just closed the deal, which I posted in the Millionaire Mastermind in Orlando last week. It was a deal that I had been working for 5 months. It was a pre-foreclosure. He called one of my bandit signs. You know what a bandit sign is?
So you put it in the street?
Put in the street, yeah. As simple as that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
We buy houses cash, fast.
When you see that we buy a house cash, that's you.
That's me, yeah. So you put a sign out and people see that, right? And they're like, man, what is this about? I know I'm about to go into foreclosure. Let me call this guy. So you get a phone call, right? And he's like, hey, Chris, look, can you come take a look at my house? I'm about to go into foreclosure. I'm about 5 months into it. Typically, they take your house at about the 8 to 9 month mark.
I know that.
So I go to his house and I talk to him and I'm trying to, he owes $95,000.
$95,000, okay.
He owes $95,000. I pull comps. The house is worth $190,000.
Oh my goodness.
So I was like, man, I said, I want to buy your house. He's like, okay. Well, I made an offer of $95,000 because it needed some work. It needed some work. So I didn't hear from him for about 4 months straight. I called him every week, following up, which is very important, which I talk about. It's a whole module follow-up. I followed up with this guy for, I think, 3 or 4 months.
Okay, 4 months.
A week before they were about to take his house, he finally called me and said, Chris, you need to get back over here. They really are going to take my house. I said, yeah, man, they are going to take your house. So I stopped everything I was doing. I ran over there, got his house in a contract, sent it to the title company, ran title, sold it to an investor, and 2 days later, made $45,000.
So you knew where to find that guy with the cash?
Yes.
So that's not going to be a problem?
That's not a problem.
Okay, that's the easy part.
That's
the hardest part is just to find the deal.
Deals. Yes.
And that's when you have to move, communicate, follow up, meet with the person, maybe take him to lunch or whatever.
Build rapport, like we talked about, building that relationship, getting them to trust you.
And if he got the $95,000, did that help in his credit? Why was he in a rush if he was not going to make any money?
Absolutely, because regardless, he knew he couldn't sell it because he was going to lose it in 5 days. So he had to sell it right then and there or go in foreclosure, and his credit would be ruined for 10 years.
And that helped
him, yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah. Even though he was late, he could somehow.
Even his credit, it will recover, right?
It will recover.
Within probably a year, as long as he pays on time, other bills, it will recover.
But foreclosure is like 7 years.
7 to 10 years, your credit is done.
Trust me, I was there. I was there, so I understand. Wow, this was great value.
Yeah.
It's like, and how much profit do you make?
I made $45,000.
$45K, guys, $45K with one deal. And how many deals have you done in 2016?
I would say we did about 55 to 60 deals last year.
60 deals. Yeah. So imagine if I only do 10K average deals. Is that realistic or no?
I would say the national average. I would say is about $8,000.
$8,000.
My average is about 12,000.
Okay, let's say 8, and let's say people can do 50 deals. That's $400,000 a year.
Yeah.
No job will pay you that unless you are the CEO of Disney World.
That's right. That's
wow.
right.
Wow, that was a lot of value. I hope you guys found amazing value, because I did, and I'm gonna get into wholesaling for sure with Chris. And if you guys want to learn more information about his program with the Millionaire Mastermind, my company, go to coachgianni.com/deals. coachgianni.com/deals. Okay, so Coach Gianni is coachgianni.com/deals. DEALS, right?
That's right.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Tune in next week. Tune into my next episode of Digital Cash Flow Experts.
Tune into my next episode next week for Digital Cash Flow Expert. We'll always bring in the best experts to help you make cash every single day. Love you guys.